Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Wednesday, May 19th, 2021. And today's a day that's ruled by the second chakra and guided by universal fire. And we are still within the Pleiadian portal. And there's actually some conflicting information about when that began in the Pleiadian portal video that I did. I said the 17th through the 22nd. I'm reading other things that say the 15th through the 24th, the 23rd, the 16th through the 20th. So it's time is fluid, as we know. So we're within these energies. We'll be within these energies. We might as well just say we're going to be feeling these energies and within this portal all the way up until the full moon. That's sort of that full moon eclipse, which I think is going to be very powerful. And there will be a video coming out on that. I promise. I know I've been a little behind with the videos. It is my birthday week and there's been a lot going on, but I never ever forget about you guys, and I love you and appreciate you so much, and I have missed you and doing these videos for you. So we are back at it. Just know that these energies are fluid. We're within them. We can absolutely enjoy them. I went out the other day with a friend of mine and we went and meditated in a powerful spot in nature, and their energy came right in, and we both had some contact with them. They provided us with a healing. They relayed some messages to us. It was really, really beautiful. Their energy is just so gorgeous, and I'm so grateful that I was able to open up my heart enough to be a vibrational match, to be able to hear the messages coming through and feel them even more than hear them. It was just such a beautiful, light, loving energy. And yeah, so I encourage any of you guys to try to connect with them. Set that intention in meditation to connect with the Pleiadians and see what messages they have for you. See what beautiful healing and light they have for you, because they do have so much of that to give. And they're so, so, so happy to connect with each and every single one of us. It brings them incredible joy. And it's just a beautiful, blissful experience. So, yeah. Other than that, we're out of the galactic activation portals. We've been surfing those over these past few days. So we're at least, we're no longer in the double portal energy, but we're definitely still, that Pleiadian portal is powerful. And there's another one in November as well, when we have a similar alignment going on with the sun, the earth, and Pleiades. So there's twice a year. We're always learning things on this channel, right? So we're going to experience this again in November. But as they told me during our communication, we don't need a portal to communicate with them. They are open and available to us all the time. It's really about just dropping into that heart center and being open to those messages, being open to their love. Yes. So where are we going from here? The galactic signature for today is the yellow cosmic warrior energy. And so this energy, as you guys may remember, is all about questioning, intelligence, and fearlessness. And as I was rereading the description for this energy, it really made me think of, this is really the journey that we're all on right now as the North Node, or the True Node, transits Gemini. And there is a video on it's the Astrological Ascension energies, I believe, playlists that I have in my playlists, where I did do a video on the nodes. We have the North Node in Gemini currently and the South Node in Sagittarius. And they're going to be there for a little while. And we're going to have some eclipses along this axis. I will be getting that video out to you guys. I'm hoping that I actually can get that done today. Just going over a brief synopsis of those energies. And then, of course, we'll get into each one as it comes. But 3 of those eclipses are going to be along this axis where the nodes are also positioned right now. And so it really is with the North Node in Gemini. And the North Node is very active today as well. And so, yeah, I guess we're going to get into a little astrology first, because this is how it's flowing today. The North Node very active today, as it was in exact conjunction with Venus yesterday. Now Venus is a couple degrees away, but we're still feeling that energy from yesterday. It's carrying through. And we also have true black moon conjunct the North Node. And all of this, of course, is opposing the South Node, because the North Node and the South Node are 2 points that are always across from each other, right? They're actually imaginary points. in the moon's orbit, if we want to get technical about it, but they're always opposing each other. So anything that's conjunct the north node is always opposing the south node. And so it's really this beautiful energy that we've been in when it comes to just where we're moving into in the future energy, the energy that we're moving into in terms of our relationships, in terms of our finances, in terms of our own sense of self-love and appreciation, especially with that true black moon energy. This is the energy that we were talking about with the new moon in Taurus, right? Which is all about that integrating those pieces of the shadow into the self, those aspects of ourselves that we have felt the need to repress and suppress, really bringing those into the light and merging those as part of our being. So this is a beautiful integration point with Venus representing one version or form of the feminine energy, true black moon representing that shadow aspect, really bringing those together and really standing in the fullness of our feminine power in that way, which is really gorgeous energy, and just moving forward from that empowered place. This is also an energy where we're really looking at everything today. Actually, we also have Saturn stationing retrograde. And so I may do a video just on some of the major retrogrades that we're having this year. Pluto, as we know, is in retrograde right now and will be until about, I believe it's October. And Saturn is now beginning his retrograde, which is going to last a few months. And I'll have the exact dates for you guys if I do the retrograde video. That's just off the top of my head, but it's a process. And so when these planets go retrograde, it's this process of revising, revisiting. We also have Mercury, who is going to be entering its retrograde right around that full moon eclipse. And so just really powerful energies that we're working with. We're going to entering the retrograde season, I guess, is a simpler way to put that. So we're revising, we're looking over things. We're seeing things from different perspectives, seeing them through different lenses, really getting a different understanding and a different assessment of different areas of our lives. And so Saturn has all to do with lessons, right? With karma, with lessons. What is it that we came here to learn? Right? This has to do with with structure, with rules, with authority. So really looking at all of those different aspects. And Saturn being retrograde in Aquarius is fun, right? Because this is really, Aquarius is that forward thinking, forward moving energy. And so it's really feeling to me like an energy of really noticing and paying attention to where it is in our lives that we feel stuck, where it is in our lives that perhaps we could do with a little bit of a shift or a change, where it is that we could revolutionize our lives a little bit. And we'll see this probably in a collective sense as well. So really gorgeous energy there. And we have Saturn, as I look, we have the moon in Leo right now. Let's see. Yeah, we have Saturn in a loose sextile to Chiron and in a loose trine to the south node or the north node and sextile to the south node. So this is really emphasizing that part about the lessons, about our healing, right? Chiron represents our deepest wounds. The nodes represent our past and our future energy, right? Where we've been and where we're going. So we're really seeing and understanding on a deeper level where we've been, why we went there, what we gained from that experience, right? Healing from that with that Chiron energy, and then applying that moving forward. As you can see, these are a lot of themes that we talked about with that new moon in Taurus. It was a big energy that's continuing to carry forward. And so it's part of that series of eclipses. It's tying into all of those eclipses that we're going to have in Taurus and Scorpio. We have one in November. November is going to be a big month, I feel. And then we have all through 2022, all the eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio. So that energy, that was a big energy that we're still working with. And so we're going to see a lot of those themes coming up. But it's really moving into our future with the wisdom of our past and really learning how to apply that. So that's what we're being asked to do. And we're being asked as Saturn enters retrograde to look at where we are applying that and where we could be applying that better. And where it is that we still have room to grow and room to learn. And how can we approach that maybe in a different way than the way we've approached it so far if we want to get slightly different results. And if you guys want any assistance with this, please reach out to me. My email is in the description box below. Yes, we have all of that beautiful energy going on. Taking a look here, which is really I think the most overarching and important energies that we are dealing with right now. We also have the moon in a opposition to Jupiter. And so with the moon in Leo and Jupiter, who just entered Pisces yesterday, beautiful, dreamy, mystical Pisces. So this is a very, it's going to be an interesting time, I think, with Jupiter and Pisces. We're definitely feeling very idealistic. We're feeling just that energy of anything is possible, and we're really in that mystical kind of energy, in our psychic energy. And there's a lot of Jupiter and Pisces is really limitless. And so we're going to be feeling that limitless kind of an energy. But when we have Jupiter in this opposition to the moon in Leo, we want to be aware. We may be feeling a little bit indulgent today, right? We've been feeling that energy carrying through as well. We have the sun in the final degrees of Taurus right now, which is emphasizing that a little bit. We will be entering Gemini season in a couple days, which will be really fun as we get started with that eclipse as well. In Gemini, if I am not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's in, yes, Gemini. Yeah, pretty sure. And the video will be coming out, but there's a lot of Gemini energy that we're going to be experiencing, and that, I guess, brings us full circle right back to what we were originally talking about with the nodes in Gemini. It's this energy that ties into it just takes a minute sometimes, that ties into the yellow warrior energy, which is this energy of questioning. Gemini is a curious energy. It wants to know. It wants to broaden its perspective. Gemini energy wants facts. It wants figures. It wants information, and it likes to categorize and file away all of that information. So we're really being asked to look for the new information. And don't just look out there, look in here, right? Because this is where we find the ultimate truth. We take the information we gather out there and we fact check it in here. And so it's that sort of an energy, but it's really being open. It's questioning all appearances, questioning the outer reality that we're being presented with, questioning and contrasting that with our inner reality. What parts of our inner reality are mirroring that outer reality, and what parts are at odds with that? And how do we feel about that whole process? And what does that show us about what truly resonates with us? Right? We don't want to be taking anything at face value. We want to go deeper. This is also that energy of really coming face to face with our fears, of not allowing those to dictate our lives and our behavior, just looking at them, looking our demons in the eye. It's that kind of an energy with this beautiful yellow warrior energy today. And I'm going to read, of course, from the Astro Dream Advisor. And it says, Yellow Warrior, the Galactic Guide, is a mystic ferryman on the return path to the stars. Allow Yellow Warrior's staff to ferry you to the spiraling vortex of cosmic consciousness. I love how so many of these mention cosmic consciousness too. It's great. This is the grace of the descent of the dove. Embody the mystic gift of trust and direct guidance. Through trust, you journey to the place of no time and limitless light. There you will undergo the transformations to embody solar heart and mind. This energy is a conduit for cosmic communication, offering access to the universal web of consciousness, which is really helpful with this Pleiadian portal, right? This is the web of the Mayan mystic spider that weaves intergalactic threads, the conduit of interconnected consciousness. This is the spider in the web, the grid connection for divine communication. Receive these ripples of knowing from Yellow Warrior's web through the central axis in your spine, your staff. Accept this gift of knowing and grace as you would receive the morning light by turning your face to the sun. Grace is an unexpected touch, a blessing given in love, a natural gift from the universe. Use the power of love like an electrical current to serve the light. Open fully to feel and receive it. Yeah, and as I'm reading this is also feeling like a how-to guide if you want more specific information on how it is that you could connect with the Pleiadians right now as well and utilize this portal to the best of your ability. So I'm going to read that again. Receive these ripples of knowing from Yellow Warrior's web through the central axis in your spine, your staff. Accept this gift of knowing and grace as you would receive the morning light by turning your face to the sun. Grace is an unexpected touch, a blessing given in love, a natural gift from the universe. Use the power of love like an electrical current to serve the light. open fully to feel and receive it. This is also, I'm feeling this, I'm seeing us feeling and receiving some of these downloads and activations and healings from the Pleiadians, like what I experienced the other day. So, yeah. The number for Yellow Warrior is 16, the number of unity with the cosmic foundation of resonant evolution. As you embody the ferryman's staff, you become anchored in your connection to cosmic consciousness. Holding within you the foundational steps of the Trinity, you carry the Christed One into the world. As a living mystic, you are the conduit of the spiraling galaxies that create a union with cosmic consciousness. 16 may also be seen as the beginning of another octave, a higher octave characterized by organic balance and the new earth under your feet. And the colors for this galactic signature are orange, indigo, and gold, combining the limitlessness of the night sky with the freedom of the daytime sun. If you desire to access grace and trust, focus on these colors, the indigo and the gold. So gorgeous, gorgeous words, gorgeous energies. Ooh, and it looks like tomorrow starts a new wave spell, so we will get into that tomorrow. But today, work with this energy. Work with this energy of questioning, of being fearless, of exploring. And I'm going to read you the affirmations as well, of course. So the first affirmation is, I endure in order to question transcending fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power of universal fire. And the secondary affirmation is, I am Kib, warrior. I am your inner knowledge and wisdom. I take you to the other side with gracious strength. And the guidance for today is to focus on your inner voice as you walk the path of the cosmic question mark. Advance toward your fears and be the warrior of grace. All right, so let's get into the cards here. I'm wanting to pull some light worker oracles to start us out today. Clear. What guidance do we have for today? May 19th, 2021. I also want to say thank you to everyone for the birthday wishes. Very much appreciated. You are all so sweet. I got a bunch of comments. I also got a few emails. I love you guys, and I appreciate you so incredibly much. I did have a lovely, lovely day, and I am continuing. It's kind of like a birthday week that we have going on here. So yes, I am continuing to enjoy that. Let's see what guidance we have. It was supposed to be a birthday month, and so I didn't quite make the birthday month, but I did make I am working on the birthday week. And a dear friend of mine has their birthday at the end of the month as well, and somebody else had it at the beginning. So it's been just a month of fabulous birthdays. So many, so many wonderful, wonderful souls born this month and every month, right? And so we have Unplugged from Mass Consciousness is the first card coming out here. So it's Spirit, possibly the Pleiadians. I feel like they're going to be coming. I feel like they have been coming through a lot in readings. It's just not necessarily by name, but when we made that connection the other day, like they made it pretty clear that they're going to be coming through more and more. And so yeah, I'm feeling like they as well, like this is part of their guidance for us as we're continuing to navigate this portal, is to unplug from mass consciousness. Really get yourself out in nature. Get yourself away from your electronics if you can. I'm definitely feeling that with the unplug coming through strongly. Like if you can spend time away from your electronics, away from as much of the different waves and radiations as possible, that's going to be really helpful today. Really unplug as best you can, and just pay attention to all the ways that you are being pulled into the mass consciousness and in training with that vibration. Because when we spend a lot of time around that consciousness, we do begin to entrain with it sometimes. And so we have to be very vigilant about that. I lead a very strange and blessed life these days where I don't really interact with a whole lot of people that are still firmly entrenched in that consciousness. Most of the people in my life and my reality are the much more of the consciousness that we're moving towards and moving into. And so there's not a whole lot of that programming, like at least that. There's always insidious programming that we're working on, but the intensity of the brainwashing and the programming isn't necessarily present in my reality, but it's definitely present in the outside world. And many people need to be part of this for whatever reason, going to work, friends and family who still happen to be who are still in that process of waking up. You see how all of these people in this card look like they're asleep, right? And so it's really unplugging from that. Taking a step back from that if you can, and just constantly going back to that. They want you to remember to keep clearing yourself, keep clearing your energy. Pay attention to when you're getting dragged into that narrative, right? And we know what those narratives are. Those are the narratives of fear. Anything that establishes a vibration of fear is a mass consciousness, is one of these lower dimensional consciousness energies. We know some major things going on in the world right now that are instilling a lot of fear. And so we want to look at that. We want to use that energy today to question that, right? What's underneath that? Is there really a reason for me to be afraid, or is that fear being manufactured, right? It's almost like they're feeding off of your fear. So that's like, we don't want to allow that. We don't want to play into that. We don't want to be coerced into doing anything that we don't want to do because of this fear and because of the mass consciousness is getting really loud right now. This old reality is getting really loud. There are lots of different things that people are being pressured to do right now by the mass consciousness. And yes, we are talking about the jab and different things right now, okay? And so there's just, we're seeing this separation happening, and we're seeing the ways that this mass consciousness is trying to trickle in and trying to, I don't know if that's the word I want to use. I wanted to say infect us with this mentality, with this energy, right? With this vibration, with this fear. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's going to get increasingly difficult. Probably. There's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of tentacles coming out, trying to pull us into that consciousness, trying to manipulate us into doing things that we may intuitively know are not right for us. Right? Everyone right now, go with what resonates for you and what feels right for you, not what other people are telling you, not what other people are doing, what feels right for you. And if you don't know, don't do anything until you do. Okay, that would be my best advice. But it's like those tentacles are reaching out. There's lots of different ways that they're trying to pull us in, and they're trying to coerce us into doing things, right? They cannot. We have free will, right? We have energetic sovereignty and autonomy. And so some of these tactics have to be insidious because our direct free will cannot be forced, right? And so we want to pay attention to that, and we want to notice when energies are attempting to manipulate us, are attempting to coerce us, and what's going on with that. What is underneath the basis of that, and what do we truly resonate with? There's definitely tension that is mounting in some ways as we have this energy of people who are choosing one path and people who are choosing another, or who are refusing to have their path chosen for them and refusing to go along with the herd, right? And so this energy is going to get louder. Do not be swayed by it. Do not plug yourself into it, all right? And if you find yourself getting plugged into it, you can unplug yourself anytime. All right, any other guidance coming out? We have Family of Light, which is always a beautiful card. And then we also have Initiation by Fire. And we are working with that universal fire energy today. So this is a beautiful energy. I love how she's holding the two flames, right? The twin flames in her hand. One in each hand. And I love when we see up here, I don't know if you guys can see that, the city that they show in a lot of these cards looks to me like Atlantis. That's what it always reminds me of. Yeah, and so, and then we have life path on the bottom of the deck. So really being activated toward our life path, guided by those repeating numbers, right? Those signs, those synchronicities guiding us down our path. But notice also how she's circled by a bubble of protection. So we want to constantly imagine ourselves being encircled by that bubble of protection. And this energy is just energy telling you, like, even if there are, like right now, there are divides that are happening, like we were talking about, between people that are doing certain things and people that are not doing certain things, right? That are standing in their energetic sovereignty. And so we may feel like we're losing people. But this is our family of light coming through, saying like, even if you feel alone on the outside, you are not alone, right? See these ghostly figures, or these, I don't know if ghostly is the right word, but these transparent figures here. You may not be, many of them are in the unseen right now. A lot of your family of light is supporting you in the unseen, and you can connect with them. You can go up and visit them through meditation. Do you notice how this person is rising up from her body? Right? And so you can go visit. This is also them saying you do go visit them a lot more frequently than you think. You're in a deep meditative state, in your dream state, you are visiting them all the time, and you can continue to do so anytime you wish. Look at her with the rainbow light around her. Right, the rainbow light body, the activation of the rainbow light body. Yeah, I feel like some of what, and this is card number 17. And when did this Pleiadian portal, by some accounts, open? The 17th. 17th to the 22nd. Right? Card 17 is card 22. So that's interesting. We had all that debate about when this portal, although like they don't want us to focus on the when, but I just think it's funny that we have those two dates, the 17th and the 22nd here. And we also have a 7, so we have a 7, we have a 17, and we have a 22 out on the table. And a 20 with the life path. And the 11, right? And we talk about the recoding of the matrix with the 1s, the 2s, and the 0s, so I think that's interesting. Tangents after tangents after tangents. But getting back to this, it's like we may be receiving activations of the rainbow light body. This is also just that energy of sitting in meditation and connecting with your guides, going up to visit them, going up to see them. And this is also a reminder that our family of light, we are uniting with them in the physical as well. It's just we have to trust on the timing of that. And a big aspect of that is this unplugging from mass consciousness. In order to connect with our companions of destiny in this lifetime for this next phase of our evolution and our ascension process, we have to unplug from mass consciousness, and we have to be willing to allow people to be where they're at and not try to pull them with us, because that's not going to work. All that's going to happen is they're going to pull us back into their vibration. We can't. It's much easier to pull a higher vibration into a lower, to fall from a higher vibration to a lower vibration than it is to move from a lower to a higher, right? It takes work. It takes a lot of releasing of density. All the stuff that we've been doing and working so hard at, right, to raise the vibration, we can lower it in an instant. I mean, we can raise it in an instant too, especially once we've raised it to a certain frequency, right? We can get back to that frequency very easily. So it's not saying that it's difficult to do that. It's just saying as we release density and go through that process, that can be a bit of a process. And continuing that process, continuing to raise that frequency even higher than the new set point, takes a little bit more. It can take a little bit more work and effort and consistency than lowering our vibration happens like that, right? And so it's much easier to get pulled than it is to get pulled down than to pull someone up. And so we're not trying to do that, right? We're allowing people to be where they're at. We're allowing them to make their own free will choices and to have the experience that they want to have. But if we want a different experience, we have to embody that different experience, and we have to be willing to sometimes walk that path alone for a time. But remember, as this card says, you're never actually alone, and you can go home anytime you want. There's so many of us, once we realize that we are starseeds, that have that constant need to go home, right? And so this is like, we don't have to leave here to go home. We can do it through meditation anytime we want. We can go and visit our galactic family. We are visiting our galactic family, like we said, all the time in our dream state. And so I'm going to read Initiation by Fire to you guys. It says, initiation by fire is a life-changing spiritual cleansing. Your life will never be the same again. Allow the power of divine fire to clear and purify you inside and out. This is not a time to hold on to anything, no matter how much you once believed you needed it. In letting go, you will gain so much more than you had ever imagined, opening to fresh blessings and new life. You are like the phoenix, ready to emerge from the holy flames, reborn. And is this not tying right into what we were just talking about? You have the spirit of the phoenix in you. You are able to rise again and again, even if at times all seems lost. You are guided to remember this, as you are now being spiritually cleansed through initiation by fire. During such times, you will feel that you are being asked to let go of relationships, situations, sometimes even jobs, attitudes, and belief systems that you have relied on up till this point. You might have unintentionally placed more faith in that person, place, belief system, or identity than you placed in the divine. You might have held on to them rather than allowing the divine to guide you. This can happen easily on the earth plane. Sometimes these attachments become confining rather than supportive. In such cases, you will need to free yourself to continue your life journey. Is this not perfect? During the initiation by fire, all such attachments are burned away. A new life is a blessing, but that doesn't mean it is easily won. Sometimes the process can be challenging to the mind, even whilst the heart trusts what is taking place. Whatever has been your stronghold in life, such as family, a marriage, job security, a talent, or something that you have used to define your sense of self, will be where the fire burns brightest. Those areas will be transformed. Letting go and allowing that to happen to the very parts of your life that you are most protective of can require deep faith. That's what makes it an initiation, right? You have to remember that love is real so that you can hold on to your courage whilst you let go and allow the divine to have its way. Remember that the power of fire is destructive only in part. It also stimulates rapid new growth. Healing will arise in whatever area is being transformed. It is not only an ending, but also a beginning. This experience of initiation by fire is the divine making its presence felt in your life. It will be one of the most freeing and empowering experiences you'll have whilst in this physical body. It may ask you to confront fears and insecurities as you learn to trust the divine unconditionally. This is where we embody that yellow warrior energy, right? Know that the universe will always provide for you and always in the way that is best for you, even if you don't understand why it needs to happen the way it does at the time. Keep your eye on the inner transformations that are occurring rather than fearing the outer changes. The universe loves you and holds you in high regard. Remember this and trust. Initiation is an advanced spiritual lesson. You are being honored by what is happening in your life now. You are strong enough to get through it and thrive into new life, like a radiant phoenix triumphantly emerging from the sacred fire. So that is beautiful energy, especially as we're moving up to this eclipse, and we're going to see that really coming through powerfully when it talks about those changes, when it talks about those shifts, when it talks about letting go and that transformation. We're really building up to that energy now. And then, yeah, I love how the life path with the guidance through the synchronicities and the numbers, right, comes up when we're talking so much about that energy as well today. Clear. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I love you. I appreciate you so very, very, very much. I will have more videos out for you soon. As far as the zodiacs go, I'm doing my best. They're just, at this point, we're just flowing with them. They come out when they come out. If I don't get all of them out in the month of May, then they'll just start flowing into June. We just gotta go with it. We just got to go with it, and just the way that everything happens, just trust that it's all being orchestrated, right? That's what we're learning right now. Everything orchestrated in divine timing. And so, yeah, it's all going to come out when it's meant to. I love you guys. I know I said that already. I just want to say it again. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. If you like this video, hit that like button, drop a comment, let me know how today is going for you. And yes, if you would like any assistance with absolutely anything that you're working through right now, my email is in the description box below. I know you guys are always hard at work, bettering yourselves, falling in love with yourselves more deeply, embodying more of your truth. We're all on this journey doing this together. We are all those beautiful, glorious yellow warriors, those cosmic warriors, right? So much appreciation to each and every one of you, my fellow beautiful, beautiful warriors on this path. All right. I'm going to start getting weird, so I'm going to let you guys go.